Women of the night. In the heart of the vast savannah, where the endless horizon meets the sky, there lay a village called NDOMI. The villagers lived simple lives, farming the fertile lands, and gathering around the fire to share stories of old. But there was one story that no one dared to speak of too loudly, the tale of the women of the night. It was said that when the moon rose high, casting its pale glow over the land, strange figures would emerge from the shadows of the forest. These figures were said to be women who once lived among the villagers, beautiful, graceful, and full of life. But now, they were something else, something feared, something beyond the realm of the living. The women of the night had been cursed long ago, their souls bound to the darkness. Some said they were the spirits of vengeful women who had been betrayed by their husbands or lovers. Others claimed they were the remnants of powerful witches who had struck deals with the forces of evil. Whatever the truth, one thing was certain: their presence was a death sentence for any who crossed their path. One such night, a young girl named Amara found herself alone in the forest, far from the safety of her village. She had been sent to collect firewood for her family, but the sun had set faster than she had expected. As she gathered the last of the wood, a chill ran through the air. The wind howled, and the trees seemed to whisper in a language she didn't understand. Suddenly, a light appeared in the distance, a pale, eerie glow that shimmered like moonlight. Amara, curious but nervous, decided to investigate. She stepped quietly through the trees, the glow growing brighter with each step. As she neared, the light revealed a group of women, standing in a circle. Their faces were obscured by hoods, and their long, flowing robes billowed like smoke in the breeze. They were chanting in a low, melodic rhythm, their voices carrying an unnatural power. Amara felt a cold hand on her shoulder, but when she turned, no one was there. Panic surged through her chest, and she tried to run, but her legs felt heavy, as though the ground itself was holding her back. Her heart raced, and she stumbled, finally falling to her knees. The chanting stopped. A figure emerged from the circle of women, taller than the rest, her face illuminated by the ghostly glow. Her eyes were like black pools of darkness, and her lips curved into a sinister smile. "Why do you trespass, child?" the woman asked, her voice soft but laced with venom. I didn't mean to intrude," Amara stammered, fear choking her words. "I was just gathering firewood for my family." The woman stepped closer, her presence suffocating, the air thick with dread. "You are far from home, little one. Far from the safety of your village." Amara could barely breathe, the woman's gaze piercing into her soul. "Please," she whispered, "I didn't mean any harm." The woman's smile widened, and she raised a hand. "You are already marked, child. You have seen us, and now you must join us." Before Amara could react, the ground beneath her began to tremble, and the air grew thick with an overpowering darkness. The other women gathered around her, their eyes glowing with malevolent light. Amara felt herself being pulled toward them, her body moving against her will. But then, a loud cry rang out from the trees. Another figure, a man, emerged from the shadows. It was her brother, Tond, who had followed her when he realized she was missing. He rushed forward, brandishing a knife he had taken from their father's hut. The women of the night recoiled at the sight of him, their faces twisting with fury. The leader of the women snarled, "You dare challenge us, mortal?" But Tond stood firm, his voice steady. "I will not let you take my sister." With a swift motion, Tond raised the knife and plunged it into the ground. A blinding light erupted from the blade, momentarily illuminating the entire forest. The women of the night screamed, their forms writhing and distorting in the light, as though they were being burned by its very essence. The leader of the women let out a final, terrible wail before her form crumbled into dust, scattering on the wind. One by one, the other women vanished, their ghostly figures dissolving into the air like mist. The forest fell silent once more, and the light from Tond's knife faded. Amara, trembling and weak, collapsed into her brother's arms. "We need to leave," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "They are not gone. They will come again." Ton nodded, his face grim. "I know. And we must be ready." As they hurried back to the village, the wind howled in the distance, and Amara couldn't shake the feeling that the women of the night were watching, waiting for the right moment to return. And so, the legend of the women of the night lived on, their curse not yet broken, their thirst for vengeance unquenched. The villagers of NDOMI never forgot the terror of that night, and they passed down the tale to their children, warning them never to wander too far after dark. For the women of the night were always out there, lurking in the shadows, biding their time until the next victim would cross their path.